Hi, I'm Craig McGinnis, the founder for Well-Being, providing practical, usable business training for holistic and alternative wellness practitioners. If you're watching this, there's a good chance you're a wellness practitioner. And if you're like most wellness practitioners, nothing in your training adequately prepared you to launch and run your own small business. That part came as a bit of a surprise, I'll bet. It's understandable under those circumstances that you would wind up building your practice through trial and error. Unfortunately, too often, the emphasis seems to wind up on the errors, mistakes everyone makes, but which can be planned for and avoided. I want to talk to you briefly today about 3 of those mistakes that I see people make, which you can either avoid or correct if you're already headed down that path. The first is to think that your ideal client is anyone with a credit card, or maybe anyone who generally wants your service, whether that's massage or acupuncture or herbal medicine or yoga lessons, but they have no particular reason for selecting you other than you're available. In fact, your ideal client is defined by your own passion, your own story. They are the people who tell themselves that same story about health and wellness that you tell, such that you and your specific practice resonates with them and has drawn them to you. These are the people who won't just be satisfied, but will be wowed by what you do and will want to share what you do with others, feeding more similarly minded people to your practice. Now, this is not to say that you should turn away people who have found you for other more generic reasons, but it is to say who it is you should spend your time and energy trying to speak to and attract. Who should be the focus of your efforts? In the work I do with wellness practitioners, understanding why this is important and how to focus your energies in the right place is a key part of what I teach. The second big mistake has to do with how you spend your time. You've probably figured out that there's lots to do in a practice besides just working with or treating your clients. Some of it you may have found you're quite good at and enjoy, and other parts you've probably found to be really soul-sucking. Or maybe you just can't get a handle on where all the time goes. That, understandably, it's just part of human nature, leads to critical things that need to get done being left undone or not done well. We all tend to avoid the things that we don't find fulfilling. So what do? The first step is to know how much time you have versus how much needs to get done, and prioritizing the things that really do need to be done by you versus things that actually can be automated or done by others. The second step is to understand what all the alternatives are for making sure that all the bases are covered. In life and in your practice, it matters how we spend our time. You should be conscious of how you plan on spending yours. The third mistake is to allow your trials and errors over time to result in a business held together by what I call bubblegum and paper clips. I talk a little bit about this specific problem in another video on my site. The big key here is that a business is just like the bodies you work on, in that there are parts and systems that work together to make the whole. And if something is wrong in one place, it frequently cascades or manifests in yet new and additional problems elsewhere. So you need to know what all the parts are and how they fit and work together to create a healthy business. Otherwise, you wind up with a business built like a Jenga tower, where you're not even sure which piece to pull. To help solve this problem, I've created a tool that I use in the teaching work I do with wellness practitioners that I call the mandala of business. It's a helpful diagram that aligns the various pieces of a business into a whole so that the body of your business makes sense and you can get it to work well without all the bubblegum and paper clips. I hope you'll continue to follow what we're building at Well-Being so that you can learn and understand how to build an aligned foundation that supports your practice and allows you to focus on your passion and the things that keep you invigorated, the things that support your own well-being. Thanks for watching, and let's keep connecting.